Okay, welcome back to 278. I think I like my hair longer than this. I was looking at some photos. I think I like it longer. Just a little bit. I gotta remember to say that next time I get my hair cut. I think I just like it better. Just the look of it. You know, like a flopsy mohawk instead of like a weird wide, short one. I think I like the longer, wider, flopsier, texture-y one versus like just this is just straight, you know? Anyways, I was going through old videos because I got really distracted in a wormhole, I guess. Sure. In a wormhole of my old videos. I'm so sorry. I didn't think. Anyway, the point was I did, what am I saying? Sorry, I'm out of it. Okay, yeah. So I was going through old videos because I wanted to see how different my actual face is, just straight on. Because I'm like, low-key, did my face get like wider? Did I get like a wider face? And I'm like, my eyebrows, I'm like, did they get darker at least? If not wider? And I'm just like, I know I got, maybe because I shaved it, you can see this little stubble, but not that much, so it's a little awkward. So I'm just like, okay, so I was going through it, I'm like, let me just hear my voice difference, and I click on freaking like episode day 7, I click on it, I sounded like a 7-year-old girl, and I'm just like, I really did sound like, to the point where when I first started this channel, I'm like, I just hope people look and like didn't realize how old I am and think I'm like a teenager doing something stupid. I'm not a teenager doing something stupid. I'm a young adult doing something stupid. Thank you very much. So I'm like, I remember thinking like, oh, maybe they would think I'm young because you can't really see anything besides my aged, withered face. I don't look that old. That's the joke. But I look very tired constantly. But anyway, so the point was that I was like, yeah, so then when my voice got deeper, I'm like, oh, well, that's not gonna swing. But oh my god, when I click back, and it's like, I sounded like a child. Like, that should be 10 years ago. I thought that still wouldn't be 7, but like a youngster versus now, and the fact that I sounded so young so recently, like, I don't know, I still have a weird perception of how I sound now, but the fact that that was me less than a year ago, I was going through it and I was like, okay, well, what about episode 50? What about 100? Because I'm like, maybe I was whispering a little higher. Maybe I was doing things up high. But no, I was clicking through it to be like, okay, what about what I get more comfortable? And so I was clicking through them. Oh boy, honey. Why did my voice sound like that? It was so funny because I just like remember rewatching the very first day and going, oh, oh. So I remember friggin' 270 days ago where I went, oh, that's what I sound like? Really? But it's so funny because I'm just like, so it's so funny to have, I don't know, to have that. So when I was clicking in, I went to like day 70, then I went to day 100, and then I went to day 130, and then 160, and I want to say 150-ish, if I'm not mistaken. I clicked on a lot of videos. I think that's when my voice started to get deeper, which was only a month, not even a month, I think, after starting testosterone, and I'm like, month 2 was not not high up. It wasn't like neutral. It was like deep voice, and I'm just like, oh my god. So like 2 months in, I went to an appointment with my testosterone doctor, and they're like, you're taking tea really well. Like your body's taking tea really well. So it's really funny that I'm like, yeah, but my voice started deepen. Usually deepens month 30. It had already started like a month in. Like, yeah. Yeah. So it was very funny. So I know of one, I heard of him, I saw his post where one trans guy had a full beard and mustache when it was how long I've been on testosterone, around 5 months. But I couldn't imagine that. Like, no, man. Facial hair is one of those things that I really did want. Like, I really want. But at the same time, I hate shaving, so I'm just like, the dual-edged sword, you know what I'm saying? But, so anyways, I was talking to my siblings, I'm like, why'd you guys let me sound like that, you know? It was as a joke. And they're like, oh, I don't know, I don't remember what you sounded like. I'm like, it was 5 months ago. 5.5 months. What do you mean you don't remember what I sounded like? And I'm like, we don't remember what you sound like. And my other son was like, you didn't sound that high pitched. It's fine. And I'm like, shut up. Shut up. But then they're like, but look at Ethan in the last year. He changed to all. How old is Ethan? 24 now? 25? All 24-year-olds go through this. Mid-20s, mid to early, I guess, 20s. Go through this. I'm just like, I know you're joking, but at the same time, my voice was very different. So it's very funny to me that I'm just like, boy, it really did hit, huh? And my friend, he's like, why don't you just talk to you, like, call your dad? And I'm like, last time I talked to him, I sounded like a chipmunk. I don't think I have the deepest voice right now. I definitely don't have the deepest voice out there. But the fact that if somebody said I have a cis man voice, I'm like, really? So I'm like, do I want to call my dad to be like, hello there, father, I haven't talked to you in many moons. Like, I haven't, Christmas, maybe? Before, maybe in November. It's almost been a year of me not talking to him. Like, I haven't seen him in over a year and a half. I haven't talked to him, like, with our voices in, almost a year. And so, I don't know how to be like, yeah, let's call, and then without having him say any comments, or at least not transphobic comments, because he's gonna say a line, and it's gonna be, like, annoying. But anyway, the point was, I don't know what the point was. The point was somewhere. The point was I can go get my allergy shots again. They just never called me saying my serum is ready. I'm like, okay. They're like, you're gonna start over at, like, dose 0. And I'm like, I want to kill someone. I just don't want allergies because I'm so tired. Like, look at this. Look at my bags. I haven't done anything important today. I haven't done anything stressful. Why do I have such big bags? Just because like, every day I'm just trying to survive the allergies. And I hate it. I hate it. And I'm just like, how much is it to rent here? I think it was some reason this particular county I live in is a very, very pricey county. It went up a lot. So I'd probably have to move out of the county, which is okay. But the problem is that I can't work if I can barely freaking survive the day. Like, I used to do it. But I was so tired. Like, I would be so tired. I wouldn't, like, I couldn't. It was horrible. I could not. I can't do that again. It was unhealthily like straining, because I was doing so much. Just trying to survive a day is so tiring that I can't do it. So I don't know what to do. So I was like, I'm going to talk to my dad about figuring out what I can do, because I can make, like, if I'm not in this house, if I'm not with pets that I'm allergic to, I could I definitely can't work. The problem is I'm in a place where I'm very allergic to things, like very allergic to things. So it's like, if I can get rid of what I'm allergic to, I can work. But the problem is trying to work so I can move out. I did that. I can't do it. Also, COVID. But yeah, I'm so tired. Like, just, anyways, my siblings and I just watched The Ruins. They were watching it, and I didn't know what it was about, neither did my sibling. And, it was very funny because we were watching it, and my sibling just goes, "Hey, we know him." And I'm like, because I didn't have my glasses on. So I'm like looking like this at the TV, just like, who is it? Because I have not great eyesight in general, but when I'm really tired, after a long day of being in a house of allergies, I can't see far away very well. So I'm looking like, what is it? And I'm just looking, and I'm like, so finally I'm like, I'm just gonna look it up on my phone, because like, I cannot see with my eyes who it is. And then I'm like, oh my god, it's Sean Ashmore. God, I love that guy. Not to be confused with his twin brother, Aaron Ashmore. Different dude. One does TV, and one does movies and video games. But that's not the point. The point was, we love that guy. I think I guess I first watched Sean Ashmore in X-Men, and then I watched Warehouse. Was that? Am I right with that? I think so. I think that guy is a twin, and I feel like there can't be two of those guys running around. Then Warehouse 13, and then it continued. It just continued. Just all the flip-floppy ones, and Quantum Break, and one is Comrade in Man of Medan, and then are these the same guy? I feel like I'm wrong. I'm gonna say one that isn't the right guy, but anyways, and then one of them is, and what was it? Lock and Key, his uncle? I don't know. Okay, listen, I'm very tired. But anyways, point was that questionable probably things in Warehouse 13. I haven't watched it since literally it aired, but it was pretty dope. Like, I gotta be real. Like, it was very sci-fi. I liked sci-fi. I still do. I liked the sci-fi Warehouse 13. But anyways, what happened was, there's some things. There were some problems with it, but we're not getting into that. But I believe that guy played, I can't remember what the religion he practiced, which might have been problematic, but I can't remember enough to say if it was. But the point was, I think he played a gay guy, and let's be real, Claudia was definitely a woman-loving woman, or at least queer in some way, but that's not the point. Point is, that was one of my very first TV shows that I watched with a gay character, and the fact that I don't think he ever got a boyfriend is very sad. There's definitely, like, by the way, when I said I watched it, I didn't watch, like, oh, new one's right out, like, right now. There's, like, a few times that it was, like, new and I was watching TV and I watched it, and, like, I figured out that it was, but I wasn't, like, following it. So, like, I don't know. Like, I think was it a finale? Did they just get canceled, or was there an actual finale? I don't even know. Point is, I did watch some like new right now, but I didn't follow it from the beginning, especially, and I did never like binge watch every episode, so there's definitely episodes I missed, but I did like the idea of a magical warehouse with artifacts in it, of magic sci-fi artifacts, and I love that. It was great. Later on, the librarians, I guess the movies, which I think I watched at least 2 of them. If there's more than 2, I don't know. But I also watched the TV show, at least some of it. 2 seasons? Was there 3? Anyways, the point was, I watched that. And in the librarians, there are, like, the librarian is the movie, but the librarians is the TV show, maybe, I don't know. And it had magic artifacts as well, which I'm kind of a slut for that, like, but I think Warehouse 13, since it was only exclusively artifacts, did it better, where this, what was the librarians? Were they also artifacts? Was it exclusively artifacts? I don't remember. Anyway, so they had the same kind of deal. Infinite library, infinite warehouse. I don't know. I also liked Archie. Archie? Is it Archie? Warehouse 13, and he had long eyebrow hairs, and he was like a mad scientist, but he was shorter and plumper, and I loved that as well, that he had that look to him, because he was also one of the first, well, hold up, I mean Jack Black, freaking School of Rock was first, but he was like a not skinny, tall, handsome guy, but that might have been because he was slightly older, you know, you can get away with things like that. But anyways, I really liked Warehouse 13 with that, but it was very funny because Warehouse 13, the librarians, and then Leverage kind of overarched to some actors, but especially with Artie, I don't remember what his name is, being in the very first episode of Leverage, and then having the librarian being now in this Leverage Redemption, the second one, the new series, but then also having in the Librarians, the TV show, Elliot from Leverage playing a different guy who's just Elliot from Leverage, but super duper smart in the Librarians. So they crossed over actors. So that's fun.